I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laakse.
I am Francisco Cerundolo,
and you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, welcome back, tennis fans. Here we are. It is Rome. It's the return of Novak Djokovic. He is the reigning defending champion. And to take us through this one, we're here with your boy, Covey. How you doing, sir?
Great. I'm doing very well. Excited to see the world number one back on court. It's something we've all been waiting for as tennis fans. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. The crowd in Rome, though thin because of high ticket price. I don't know if you've been hearing about that. Maybe we'll talk about that during the stream. But yeah, some high ticket prices. People are not so happy. But I'm happy. I believe you're happy because the world number one is back in action in a brand new kit. And yeah, I'm excited. Who do you think is going to win this one? Shall I hit the button and we make our predictions?
You go for it, mate. You do it. I'm just organizing myself over here.
You got it. All right, folks. So what myself and Ben need from you is a prediction. Right after I press this button, let us know who you think is going to win and what the set score is going to be if you feel like getting specific right after this. All right. So we are underway here. Novak is serving first, and he's actually down 15-30. Is this a sign of things to come? I'm going to go ahead and say no. I think Novak is going to find his way, and I'm going to go straight sets for the Serb. What do you say? Ooh, beautiful.
What a winner there from ETCHEVERRY. I don't think it's going to be as simple as you think, this match. I feel that I've not been super impressed by Djokovic on the clay so far. I feel it's going to take some time to get into this. I'd be showing it already. I thought there was going to be a tie break maybe in this first set, and I'm not sure which way it's going to go. I still think Djokovic wins the match, but I feel that this is a real feeling out process, this first match in Rome for him. I don't think it'll matter how he gets through it, just that he gets the win and gets a bit of time on court. That's all he'll be after today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think if he has a 6.5 out of 10 performance, but still wins, I think that'll be a major victory for Djokovic, based on the fact that he's been off so long. Similar to Alcaraz when he played in Madrid, that first match against Ruusuvuori, you could tell he couldn't find his range on the different altitude, different surface speed. So I was considering Djokovic in 3, but I just feel like he's been, when you haven't played so long, you have that adrenaline. I feel like that's going to take him over.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm just hoping that we get to see a real consistent level of tennis, because the last time we saw him on the court, I was a little bit worried. And there you go. There's an error from Djokovic. It goes long. The first game of the match is a break, and it goes to Tomas Martin ETCHEVERRY, the Argentinian. Started fast here.
All righty. By the way, Ben, I'm looking up and down. Oh, we do have. Oh, you added them. Perfect. I was going to say we don't have the ETCHEVERRY button, but I think we should play it because an early break for the young Argentine.
Tomas, Martin ETCHEVERRY. Tomas, Martin ETCHEVERRY. Tomas, Martin ETCHEVERRY. Might be good, but he's also scary.
Nice. I haven't heard that one before.
No, I literally just made it about 5 minutes ago, but I thought I've got to have something to come into this. Nice. I thought there was going to be reasons to press it. That's why I thought I have to knock one up within the last 5 minutes.
No, definitely. So Novak is rocking that sleeve that we saw. Where was that? In Monte Carlo.
Yep.
So interesting developments.
I'm just going to have a quick look. I'm just going to dive into just a few stats while you take us through what's going on.
No worries. All right, folks. So Djokovic takes first point here on the ETCHEVERRY serve. not sure if you guys have been noticing on social media, but it's really funny. Ever since ETCHEVERRY got his first ATP point, he keeps every once in a while he'll put up the point difference between him and his idol Novak Djokovic. So the first time it was like he had 1 point and Novak had over 12,000, and the difference was 12,403 or something. And so he keeps kind of updating it, and he updated it before this one.
Well, I'm sure it's still fairly sizable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Backhand from Djokovic up the line, but it goes wide on the return. So 15 all here. Good start for ETCHEVERRY. ETCHEVERRY's also had some pretty good results. Made it to a final in Houston, losing to Tiafoe. I watched that match. It was a really, really good 3-setter there. Yeah, he's been an impressive youngster. Good year so far.
Got Manorin requesting a hashtag make a Covey emoji. Yeah, I think we should. Feel that there's a John Silk one on there still. So maybe we should boot Silk off and bring on Covey. Silk has his own channel these days. I don't think he needs to be on our emojis anymore.
Yeah. Got a forehand to forehand going on. Forehand Novak, forehand ETCHEVERRY, forehand Novak up the line, backhand slice ETCHEVERRY, nice and deep. Novak cross court with authority. And ETCHEVERRY can't handle that, dumps a forehand into the net. Good job. Good pressure there from Novak after a little bit of a slow start on his first service game. Yeah,
it really was. I'm just looking at, obviously, his previous results on clay this year. He's 2 wins, 2 losses. Losses coming to Musetti, which, I mean, I don't want to be mean, but it was, despite a good result for Musetti, it's one of the worst performances I've seen from Djokovic in a long time against Musetti, and he still nearly won it. And Musetti, I don't know, he was equally as bad that day. And the Lajovic one, obviously, he got beaten in straight sets by Lajovic.
That one, I think, was just like Lajovic was just on fire. I think he took out the entire Serbian Davis Cup team on route.
That's it.
Very impressive.
But then he was also saying, Djokovic, that just didn't feel himself on the court. And that's always worrying to hear when coming. That was normally the tournament, which would be the Serbian Open. They obviously had it in Bosnia this time. It was the Banja Luka one. Maybe he would have been better in Serbia. I'm not sure. A bit more at home on the court, but I'm not sure it was. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it was actually where they were playing, or do you reckon it's just he's not feeling in his body himself yet?
I feel like, just like last year, it took him a little bit of energy and momentum to get rolling. And he didn't get rolling until this tournament. I mean, he did play pretty well in Madrid, where he lost to Alcaraz in the semifinal in their first and only meeting. I would say Novak was maybe around 80% at that time, and then he made his way to like in full fitness during this tournament. So I think it's going to be, I think it's kind of similar. I think he's just kind of working his way. I wasn't too worried about that tournament, although last year I remember when he was in the final against Rublev in Serbia in that tournament, he was gassed. Like, I'm talking, Novak was huffing and puffing like I'd never seen him. And it's good to see that this wasn't the case this year. So I think maybe his fitness maybe he thought about that last year and thought, okay, whether or not I'm playing matches, I still need to be a little bit more on my toes with the fitness. And it looks like that's a good sign coming into this tournament here. All right, Deuce, ETCHEVERRY, first serve. Nice one out wide. Forehand return up the middle. Now we got a backhand ETCHEVERRY. Forehand out. Djokovic, I've been calling so many of these other matches. Drop shot from Djokovic. ETCHEVERRY makes it, pushes it up the line. Novak with a beautiful stab volley cross court winner.
Brilliant.
And it sets up a break point. Beautiful. That is not an easy shot. It was a full extension to his backhand volley, and he cuts the ball off at the line and makes it cross court. ETCHEVERRY was at the net as well, so there was pressure for him to kind of get it within a certain margin, and perfectly executed. Sets up a break point for Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, I mean,
say hello to some people in the crowd here.
Great athleticism to get that backhand. But ETCHEVERRY is definitely a good person to come up against if you really want to see where your match is faring, especially on the clay. He's like a very good clay court player. He's got a very good serve as well, and that was one of the reasons that I thought we'd see a tie break here today.
Mm.
I think that he can get a lot of cheap points off of it. And you see there, he sort of takes control of the rally from the serve and then puts away the second ball. There it is again.
Another great serve out wide.
Yeah.
Return long there from Novak.
Just going to grab a charger. I just realized I'm running low on battery. 1 second.
No
I'll be
worries.
right back.
Quickly going to say hi to some people in the crowd. Hey, everyone. Just wanted to like and say hi. We'll be listening, but getting ready for work. Great to have you, Kathy. Daria, my friend from Mumbai. Hello, Max Cedric. Good to see known folks. Yes, great to see everyone here so far. And the serve up the middle is good. Return long from Novak. So we have a consolidation and an early 2-love lead for the young Argentine. So great start here from ETCHEVERRY. He's had a great year so far. World number 61. Let's see, give you a little bit of a summary of his year so far. 18 wins, 12 losses. So again, not too bad. He's got 1.5 times the wins to loss ratio. 23-year-old number 61 in the world. Novak with a good start here is up 15-love in his second service game. Got broken in the first one. First service match of the tournament. Hey guys, Ben and Covey, aren't you all reading comments today? Yeah, like I think I've told you before there, Daria, sometimes it's tougher when there's two, because we're having, we'll be conversing about the match, Ben and I, and then so kind of I know I'm a little bit more like I kind of get everyone, try to get as many comments as I can, but when we do a double, it's a little bit harder just because, commenting on the match, commenting between each other, and then we're also trying to get in on the chat as well. Manor in the house. Cap Saba was never backed by up Rome after Madrid win. Okay, so we're having a little convo. Hi, Manor. Welcome. Hi, Covey. Great to see you in here as always. Israel is represented. Gobi from Cedric in the house. All right, so Novak, 30-love, beauty serve up the middle, short ball return. Novak's at the net. He's got an overhead, easy put
Good
away.
smash.
And it's 40-love there for Novak, decked out in all red Lacoste gear, looking sharp. Ben, should we go over the kit situation?
Yeah, let's do it, mate. I really like it. I think the all-in-one, it's nearly like a onesie that he's wearing there. I haven't seen the trainers yet. I'll have to have a quick look at them on the next.
So Novak's got
red,
this beautiful red. Oh, serve is good. +1 goes just long. So no game to love here for Novak. So Novak's rocking a red top with a collar, all red collar, red shirt, but there's little tiny squares on the shirt. So some of them are darker, some of them are lighter. They're kind of going blending together. Then he's got same color, red shorts, red shoes, white socks, and then he's got the red wristband on the left wrist, white wristband on the right wrist, and he's got the right elbow brace. So that is how the world number one is.
Didn't go for a red one though.
Checked out. Sorry,
I didn't go for a elbow cover of red.
Yeah, that would have been nice, huh?
Yeah, but then maybe it would have felt a little bit like he would need it on the other side as well, just to be even. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great
beautiful
hits in there.
Yeah, great rally. A long one too. Forehand up the line from Novak, and ETCHEVERRY can't handle that. So Novak gets on the board, and he's down a break at 1-2. But we're going into the break. I think we should give Novak a little bit of love, showing some signs of life here. All right.
Yes, I was going to say, if you are just joining us, remember to hit that like button on the video and subscribe to GTL if you're new to the channel, and sign up to the Patreon. There are exclusive vlog content videos on there at the moment. You can be a part of Player Roulette as well. I have Lehechka as my roulette player, whereas JG is already out. Felix Oja Aliassime took a tumble today, and he left the competition. Yeah, that's no. I can say no more about that. Unfortunately, I feel that we sort of saw that one coming.
Yeah, I mean, definitely starting to get a little concerned for Felix being a Canadian here.
Yep.
I know he's a indoor hardcore specialist, and second half of the year is kind of his bread and butter. But with his talent level, I believe that he should be. These are the years that he's got to make these strides. In the majors, he does constantly make the quarters, so that's really good sign there. But starting to get a little worried here, especially after a great performance taking Rafa to 5, only the third player ever to take Rafa to 5 last year at Philippe Chatrier.
It was impressive. I thoroughly enjoyed that matchup as well. Just goes to show he can mix it on the big stage if he really wants to. We do have Manor in saying, Covey and Ben, let's get on the board. Thank you for the super chat. Saying crazy days here in Israel. Love from the shelter. Thank you so much for that. You are on the board. You do get a player button as well. Any player button of your choosing. Tell us. We'll get that played for you. I'm sure Covey can recommend a few. He's got a few faves on there. And thanks for a newest member, which is...
Welcome.
Can I get this name right? Saint Nicias. I'm going to go with. But thanks for becoming a member. If you are in the live chat, tell us, who is your favorite player? Come on. They're never in the live chat. But if you are, come on, do it.
All right. Yeah, always great to see new members. What's available, Manor is asking. Well, Manor, that's a great question. And the answer is, are you ready? We got, of course, these two players that we are watching. We also have Alcaraz. We have Pavlyuchenkova. We have Iga Swiatek, Kenin, Badosa, Chorich, Tiafo, Kyrgios, Pagula, Jabeur, Thiem, Leila Annie Fernandez, Lorenzo Musetti, Jan-Lennard Struff, Sabalenka, and that is the list.
Well,
so let us know.
There's more. If you want other ones, I can get them uploaded. So don't worry, I'm on hand here today.
Yeah. This is amazing, actually, having you at the disposal.
That's it, mate. I'm gonna have to give you just access to the whole catalog. I think. I feel it's gonna be the easiest way.
So you can even ask us, Manor. We'll be able to upload anything. And by the way, is that another new member, Ben?
Wow! Look at them rolling them in. Look at the members joining. They must know Roland Garros is upon us. It's Rome first, though. This one, I've said it many times before, it's my favorite Masters event of the whole entire year. One that, well, if they don't put the ticket prices down, I don't know if I'll be able to go anyway, but I would love to go to this one more than any of the others. It's got the most beautiful setting. It's got the amphitheater, stone seats on some of the outside courts, that type of vibe. Love it. Absolutely love it. And especially when it gets towards the nighttime, it really starts looking like I wouldn't say paradise. What's the word I'm looking for? It looks like a picture book. Yeah, okay. like one of these, like it's almost just like from another part of time or something that you're playing in. You're playing in like an olden day tennis court from centuries ago or something. It's really, really beautiful. I love it there.
Yeah, I mean, being a North American, I've always been so envious. I've mentioned in our group chat once in a while, I'm so envious of the fact that you guys can take a flight, a very short flight, and be in several different places in such a short time. We have to go to kind of the U.S. Open. I have to fly to Montreal or Toronto, which is about a 5-hour flight across the continent to do the Canadian Open. Yeah, the Masters. So. When I get a chance to go to Europe, whenever that will be, I want to do a good 2, 3, 4 months and go during the time where I can maybe check out a few tournaments.
Well, hopefully you'll come and see myself and JG if you do come over this way.
Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely.
We can do a podcast all together.
Etcheverry, another strong hold here. And by the way, folks, we're talking about Novak kind of working his way into the match. So far, believe it or not, 5 unforced errors on the backhand side for Novak compared to 0 for Tomas Etcheverry. And we all know Novak is one of the greatest backhands, not only currently, but in the history of the game. So something to watch out for there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's got his work cut out on the Etcheverry serve. That's the problem. Getting broken so early hasn't done him any favors. The only thing that he will have in his advantage is the fact that Etcheverry, when we get to the business end, that serve may not be there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, oh, by the way,
what a beautiful volley. Takes all the pace off.
Yeah, that was lovely. It even skimmed the top of the net cord on its way over, but it was a beautiful touch volley there from Novak.
Yeah, that was really good. I love to see that take all the pace off. One that I'm not too good at. Normally when I try that one, it still lands around in the middle of the service box, and then people are still able to get to it.
Yeah, and actually Novak has been showing some good touch. That's his 3rd drop shot success. At least 2 were successful in terms of winning the point, but all 3 he hit them and they landed. I'm forgetting about that 3rd one, but return is long from Etcheverry. So Novak quickly up 30 love here.
Chilich button uploading as we speak for Manor. Appreciate you. One of our loyal members here on GTL. We got more members coming in. Hit the like
we got
button
you,
on
Manor.
the video.
Sorry. Yeah.
We've got how many likes on the video so far?
We are at good question. We are at 10. That can't be right. 10 likes.
24.
Okay, you know that this does this. I have to sometimes I have to reload my YouTube page and it'll update it. Yeah, I'm 25 now. Okay, good. I was gonna say 10 there's no way.
Yeah. Well, we did have problems with this video earlier. It did have already 10 likes on it, and unfortunately someone ATP Media gave us a copyright strike on the channel, and I had to argue with YouTube earlier on, but for some reason they said, we'll reinstate the video. But yeah, bear in mind, they copyright striking a video that hasn't even played yet. It's a scheduled video. So it doesn't make any sense, does it? But when they reinstated it, it said the video had already played. So there was no way we could go live on a video that had already played. So it was ridiculous. So I had to delete that stream that everybody had already liked and then make a new one. Then, so we lost all of them.
Well, that's a bummer. But what was not a bummer is that nice backhand volley into the open court, and Novak with a hold to love. Welcome, Snail, also from Mumbai. Hi, Ben and Covey.
One of our members. Big shout out to you. We got Max in as well, saying a picture book of the tennis players would be nice. When you join the membership, Max, come on, get involved. You can have some of these special emojis as well. We're going to add a Covey one on there for sure.
Yeah.
Get one. Send us your best photo, Covey. We'll get that one uploaded for you.
You got it. Little headshot.
Snail saying, which copyright strike are you talking about? It was on the Djokovic. It was on this match when we set it up. We set it up this morning, and then for some reason during the last match, they gave us a copyright. This is like one of the official strikes on the channel, and I had to argue it, email. Yeah, so that it means if you get 3 of those, then your channel gets shut down for a period of time.
Gotcha.
So, so we can't have that on the channel. Yeah, we haven't done anything wrong. Like that, it's just the ATP just being the ATP. Sadly, that's just what happens. They just they're allowed to dish out just strikes to people they just say a copyright in their.
So they're probably just going online and looking up anything that maybe they think. Got you. Okay,
it doesn't even make sense.
I was like, why would you even do that? It's a waste of time. But I guess what they're trying to do is preemptively do it.
It doesn't make sense. Like the only way you'd be able to like copyright strike something is if you click on the video and see that there's actually match footage. The match hadn't even begun yet. How can you have copyrighted footage of something that's not started yet? Just ridiculous. So I don't know. I complained very hard and it got released weirdly. Like they were pretty quick. They released it within about 20 seconds of me complaining. So that was pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're not normally that quick. They must have known that they messed up. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but anyway,
ETCHEVERRY.
enough about that.
A little copyright info on the break. Now we got a nice backhand slice. That's one thing I've missed. None of these new young guys have a really nice backhand slice. So when Roger, of course, has one. Novak has one of the great ones, and Rafa as well. Obviously, he hasn't been on court since Australia, but it's nice to see a very tight backhand slice. Ones that kind of dart over the line, not
What
kind
the
of float.
Barty one.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I mean, she was the best at it, wasn't on the women's tour for sure. I mean, I don't even see many men hit the slice so precise and such slow neck clearance.
Ooh, beautiful
Djokovic
turning
it up.
forehand, and then up the line ripper for Novak for 15 all here. Yeah. I don't think any of the next gen picked up on that shot and made it their own. I think Rafa has a good one. Roger, of course, had like the original amazing one on the men's side, and then Novak, you could say he even made it even better, I think, potentially, or is just as good. But yeah, that's one shot that definitely Tsitsipas is missing. You almost can't even picture Medvedev trying to hit something like that.
He doesn't.
It's not really his like wheelhouse. Same with Zverev. You kind of see the glued two-handed backhander.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's very underutilized.
Yeah,
interesting match going on right now. Just to give people some updates. Well done. I mean, my guy I've got going to the quarterfinal, Christian Garin's turning it around against Tommy Paul. He's a set down, and now he's a break up in the third set. So he's really turned that one around. And we've got Ben Shelton's just taken the second set against Bublik, 6-1 as well. I mean, he's doing fantastic things. Shelton will be great for the game once he's traveled the world at least once, I think, and then he can say, now I'm used to all of the different surfaces in all the other countries, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of these guys. I feel like his ceiling's going to be higher than a guy like Tommy Paul in terms of Americans. I think he's going to have a higher ceiling potentially than Tiafoe. I mean, Tiafoe has only won one title in 5 years, which is extremely surprising, although his trajectory is moving up. And then the other guys on that list, of course, are Fritz, which that might be tough. Fritz is pretty good right now. And Korda is another young American that I really think has game. He's got that effortless Roger-style movement where it's like he moves. He's got like he moves like he almost has 3 legs, and he doesn't really sweat. It's almost like this kind of floating.
Korda's one that really needs to come back from that injury like as soon as possible, really. I mean, he's struggling right now, unfortunately, and losing to people he would never lose to, I don't think. Roman Safulin today lost 2 in straight sets. But, what a great slice that is from Djokovic. And he caught him on the baseline, and it just skimmed off the surface, and he couldn't adjust, could he there, Covey?
Yeah, no, he had no time after the bounce there whatsoever. That was a wonderful. So, again, we're talking about how this generation, one shot we're lacking is this slice. Well, Novak just hit a perfect cross-court slice, landing on the sideline, as Ben said, and it bounced off the sideline and kind of took a right turn. So ETCHEVERRY was nowhere near getting a clean strike. And now I'm starting to get the... I was just about to say, I'm starting to get the feeling that Novak is making his way in here. But a nice ace from ETCHEVERRY sets up game point, and looks like we got some love from Adil.
Cheers, Adil. Appreciate that. You're going top of the top tip as you're overtaking Manor. You can have any player buttons that you would desire. Just let us know. We'll get the Chilich button played for Manor at the next changeover. Yep. This is what I was talking about with ETCHEVERRY. It doesn't even matter. You have to play so many good points and hope that he doesn't serve to the best of his ability. Because look, you just seen it was like an equalizer. As soon as Djokovic did one really good winner, it was equalized by an amazing serve on the next serve. But Djokovic hitting so deep right now, though.
Oh, yeah. Great baseline strokes here. Got a backhand Etcheverry, backhand from Novak. Another one, Etcheverry, Novak, Etcheverry. We're going all cross court. Now up the line, backhand, Novak, cross court, Etcheverry.
Got a great
Now we got a
forehand.
backhand.
Oh. Really nice. Well, apart from the inside out, the cross court forehand's got a really nice technique. I think it looks effortless, but it has a really great whip on it.
Yeah, and I feel like Etcheverry, you know, I was joking about, well, not joke. I mean, it was true that he put the point differences up between himself and Novak, but
yeah,
I've seen them play before, and I have never seen him this confident. Speaking of Etcheverry here, I feel like, you know, when you always say, this is my idol, kind of like Ruud is with Rafa. You kind of feel like they're down a set before the match starts. I've always felt like that with Etcheverry Novak, but not today, which is a great sign. And another beautiful ace out wide.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an ace, but it's as good as. Nope. It's unreturnable.
So, yeah, gosh. Yeah, it was definitely not an ace. You got the entire racket on it, but just long there.
It's too powerful. That's the thing. They showed, look at this, points won under 5 shots. Etcheverry 15-7, but then the points won over 9 shots. Djokovic ahead over double, like 8-3 on those.
Yeah.
Tells a story that.
Yeah.
So now we're into the rally.
So yeah, this is a high chance that Novak's gonna win here.
Exactly right. Let's see if it comes true. But he's definitely much more in the rally, isn't he? Like, than these shorter points. Etcheverry's sort of eating him up. Yeah, there you go. He wins it again.
So yeah, you get that the longer the points go, Novak he starts taking control pretty quickly. And for the last half of that rally, 19-shot rally, is basically Novak dictating and pulling Etcheverry back and forth.
And then
deuce number 3.
I find like the same end to each rally is a deep Djokovic like ground shot, and he seems like he's not far enough back because I feel like Djokovic is sort of goading him into the court a bit and then hitting it deep so that he doesn't have enough time to adjust, and he flicks it into the net every time. It seems to be an error rather than a Djokovic winner on the end of those long rallies.
I think you're right. The last 3. Ooh, a double fault here on deuce. And could this be where Novak makes the move? But yeah, you're right. The last 3 rally balls were all kind of hit into the middle of the net from Etcheverry. I think one was a backhand, 2 forehand. So
Gary, the G, the S,
there he is.
The L. Here we go. He said, "I'm late again." You're always late, Gary. Come on, what are you up to? Are the clocks all right over there in Florida? So Novak broken already. It's time for him to get it together. This opponent is trouble for sure.
Yeah, you got to give it up. Gary is a very objective. He's a big Novak fan, but he will always call it like it is. And if always enjoy having Gary. I was actually wondering where he was. So Gary,
wide.
In case you were wondering, and it's wide from Etcheverry, and we have a break for the world number 1, back to level here in set number 1, 3-all. All right, folks, we also have a button we got to play. This one is for Manor. Here you are, Manor. Thank you so much for your tip.
Wait. Manor said, I'll be back in 40 minutes. Keep the Chilich button for me.
Okay. Good eye. Good eye. Okay.
That's it. You got to keep an eye on those comments. I think that the thing that was interesting there, you see, as soon as the serve broke down, the break was there for Djokovic in that game. Yeah. And that's what we've been saying. He's not just a big serve. That's the thing with Etcheverry. But it is a very big part of the game, holding serve. And unfortunately now it looks like he's going to have to serve his best to even get tiebreak, I think, in this first set now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a race. If he could have held it for one more kind of service game, I think he could have done him well. Now I could see a path where Djokovic kind of overtakes him here. Novak is moving really well, though.
Yeah, he's growing into the match for sure, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the one thing that will be of note and people will be happy about if you're a Djokovic fan, like I feel like I'm objective, like Gary. I'm a big fan of Djokovic. But if you don't see him moving well on the court or you don't see him performing well in long rallies, I worry a bit because I know that that's his bread and butter. He likes to drag you into deep water. If he's not winning those ones, then I start to get a bit anxious. But he seems to be doing the trick at the minute. He's growing. And this is just the first match of the tournament. You got to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is one of the better first matches now that he's settled in. Oh, I mean, this rally right here, it's a long rally, and he's just pulling him back and forth. Finally makes his way to the net. Drop shot. Oh, it's a beautiful drop shot. It was a drop shot volley.
What a great rally.
Beautiful absorption of power. He slowly made his way to the net. I thought he was actually going to make his way to the net one shot earlier, but what do I know? He's the world number one, and one overhead and then a ripper of a forehand. And Novak actually wasn't even that close to the net. He was just a couple feet in front of the
quite cushioned volley though.
Yeah, and to dead that ball from there is not easy to do. It's actually easier to dead a ball when you're closer to the net. So wonderful shot. And Novak, triple game point.
Yeah, I mean, you see when he starts serving well and hitting and, well, you're just pushing him from side to side in that rally. I mean, that one, he's gone a bit over the top and gone long. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder whether I picked correct in my draw preview predictions. The only thing is, if Djokovic starts playing well and going through this tournament, he's going to be nearly unstoppable. That's the problem in Rome. That's the thing. And I had him, I think, going out in the semis? I think I had him going out to Holger Rune. But not to say that couldn't happen, but I just feel that Djokovic, when he starts getting on a run and starts beating people and gets in that flow state, it's going to be tough to look past him, I think. But you never know. But Holger Rune right now is looking fantastic. He's 5-2 up against Fees. So let's see how he gets on. I think that I would love to see that match.
I totally agree with you. If it's pretty much anyone else, you know, there's only a handful of guys that I would be kind of picking against Novak later rounds. Like you said, at the beginning of a tournament is the best chance to pick off a guy like Novak Djokovic when he's just finding his way in. But if he gets to a semi, it's pretty hard to choose against him. But like you said, you know, Holger Rune does actually have experience in beating Novak, not only in a Masters 1000, but in a Masters 1000 final. So all the logic stands there, I'd say, for sure.
Well, was that the consolidation of his break back, I believe?
Yes, it was. Let me hit that one second here. And the consolidation for world number one as he takes a 4-3 lead into the changeover. GSL, okay. Now I feel better. If he wins today, he's going to stick around in Rome, I say.
That rhymes as well. Ardo, if you want any player button of your choosing, let us know in the live chat. You did make it to the top of our top tippers. If you want to get any player button of your choosing, $5, we'll get it for you. Send it via the link pinned in the live chat, or you can send a super chat as well. It just helps the channel grow. That's it. All goes back in.
And speaking of growing, we do have a growing number of viewers, and we're only at 31 likes, Ben. We got about 80 people in here. So I think we can get that number up to 50 at least before the end of this set. Please give this video a like. Give us a subscribe if you're new. That way you'll be able to know exactly when we're dropping all of our new videos, upcoming videos, draw previews, draw reaction, Covey's Corner, breaking news. We got all of it. We got everything. Nole button. Says Adil. Well, Adil, ask and you shall receive, my friend. This is for Adil. Thank you very much for the generous tip as I stall and look for the button. And I found it. Here we go. It's for you, Adil. Well, how about that for timing? ETCHEVERRY just about to serve, down a break 3-4 here in the first set.
That's
and
right.
first serve into the net.
Gene is in, saying like the video, guys, and Ben and Covey don't recognize me. We recognize you, mate.
We do.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I keep doing the double. My bad. Yeah, we'll always recognize you. You're one of the all-stars, Gene. Gene always bringing some cool stats. Whenever I'm doing a live stream, he'll bring some obscure stat that like totally is relevant to the match. So I love getting those. Another rally dictated by Djokovic. Ooh, and then he goes long on the forehand, raises his hands to his box, saying, "What am I doing here, coach?"
Well, that was a big one because that will help the mental of ETCHEVERRY winning a long rally. This is an important game for him. Needs to hold serve. He's just lost his last service game, and Djokovic now in the lead for the first time in the match.
Yeah, if you give a little bit of blood in the water, Novak is the type of shark that will eat it up. ETCHEVERRY, 6'5".
I know, big boy.
Tall guy.
Holger Rune.
We'll get into his in a second too.
In the other match going on right now, Holger Rune was 5-2 up. He got broken at 5-2. It's now 5-3, but now he's got 2 set points on Fee's serve. So that one a bit of a back and forth. Good backhand from ETCHEVERRY down the line. Djokovic answers with his own power, and then another bit more. But is that long? It is.
Too long?
Wow. Too much power from Novak.
So a couple of forehand sprayed just a little long. So ETCHEVERRY, what is he wearing, you might be wondering? Well, he's rocking K-Swiss gear. He's got a black headband with the white K-Swiss logo. He's got a, let's see here, they're showing Novak. He's got a really nice color shirt. It's got a diagonal, it's like a white and gray, and it's kind of diagonally, there's a diagonal line on it. Actually, we'll finish this point and then get back into it. We got forehand, Novak off the net, forehand ETCHEVERRY, backhand cross-court no-lay. ETCHEVERRY backhand no-lay up the line. ETCHEVERRY off the net, no-lay approaches. ETCHEVERRY into the net with the backhand, and it is now 30-15. Good job, no-lay, with his approach. Shot and pressure there.
Just
42 minutes into this one.
Just finished. Camila Giorgi through, knocking out Alexandrova 6-4, 6-2. Straight sets win for the Italian in Rome. I think I had her going quite far in my bracket, so that's good for me. Been one of the first times it's ever happened that I've picked her and she's won a match in a tournament, I think.
And by the way, how about Iga with a double bagel today over Pavlyuchenkova?
I mean,
that was the middle of the night for me, so I woke up and I saw it and I was like, gosh, she's just
it wasn't even
getting
a match.
ready for Roland Garros.
It's just crazy that she can just do that to people.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
French Open finalist from 2021 gets the double bagel. Poor drop shot from Djokovic, and it is 40-15.
So Novak still working his way in, but he was down a break, lost his first service game of the entire match, and broke back recently in the last service game for ETCHEVERRY. But ETCHEVERRY, couple game points here for a 4-all level in the first set. See if he can pull it off.
Got Gene just confirming the only time Djokovic lost before the quarterfinals in Rome was in 2006 when he lost to Fognini in the final round of qualies. Crazy consistency. Well, wow. That's pretty crazy. Was that 17 years ago?
Yeah, that's nuts. Gosh.
Well, Fognini, another player we should speak about because he's just gone. He beat Kecmanovic straight sets as well today. So he's having a bit of a run.
That Murray victory, that 3-setter. Yeah, no, impressive stuff. Fognini is one of those guys I can never predict. You predict he does bad and then he'll go to a quarterfinal, semi. And if you predict that he's going to win, then he's going to lose. That's how it works for me.
He's in Italy now, though. So he's going to have a lot of fans. The Italians, they really know how to make a noise. And we are now into the business end.
Forehand in 4. 4 all, folks. Business end. And speaking of 4, that was a forehand from Novak into the net. And it's love 15. Unforced errors. 14 for Novak, 9 for Etcheverry. Winners, 9 for Novak, 5 Etcheverry.
A couple of people confirming that Garin has just beaten Tommy Paul. Come on, that's my dark horse, Christian Garin. Let's go. Needed that from a set behind as well.
Here we go. We're into a rally here. Forehand to forehand. Up the line from Djokovic. Backhand lob. It's a short one. Novak with an overhead, and he puts it away. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
15 all here.
We had Ostapenko going through against Steyer.
I don't like the business ends. They're too stressful. Love it, Gene. Love it.
They're exciting.
That's what it's all about. It's the from 4-4 onwards that I crave.
That's why everybody starts piling in.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that, you'll especially like an Iga match, it'll be like, 3 all, and then 10 minutes later it'll be 5-3, and boom, you have like go from 150 to like 370 people in there.
That's it. Well, not today. I don't think anybody was even concerned in the slightest. Double bagel.
Oh gosh, yeah, double. Yeah.
Shocking. People just thought, well, I don't even need to watch that.
All right, another rally here. Forehand to forehand. Forehand cross court from Novak. Forehand Etcheverry. Backhand cross court. Novak now. Etcheverry. Another backhand. Forehand Novak. Forehand Etcheverry. Off the tape. Lands in. Novak with a drop shot off of the net cord, and he takes advantage. 30-15. Beautifully done from Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, really well played there. I mean, the net cord coming into play sort of after about 15 shots in the rally again. We're seeing that it's get a bit laboured, those shots from Etcheverry. He's hitting it so hard. And then Djokovic just took full advantage, just dropped it just over the net. Perfect drop shot. Holger Luna's taking the first set.
So 14-6 now, points over 9. Sorry, was that about the first set? Was that
Holger Luna takes the first set? Match. Yeah, against Artur Fee. Yeah. Bublik and Shelton on serve in the third.
Oh, +1. Novak attempts a drop shot, but it's the top of the tape, and it's 30 all now. Oh, and the Djokovic serve. Oh yeah, so as I was describing, they keep showing Novak when I'm trying to describe Etcheverry's kit. But his kit, he's got this gray, so it's like a white on the bottom, but there's like a diagonal line kind of going from shoulder down to his hip. So on the bottom of the line, it's white and it's gray on the top. He's got black shorts, black shoes, black wristbands, and as mentioned, the black headband. So Novak first serve, nice one up the tee at 30 all, swinging volley +1 inside out, and it's a clean winner.
Wow,
beautifully done. Now I did mention that Novak was looking like in good physical shape, but I am noticing now a little bit of he's taking a little bit of time. I've seen him kind of catch his breath after a couple of points because there are a whole bunch of points now that have been over 9-shot rallies. So I wonder if that's starting to take a little bit of a toll. Game point, though. First serve is long. This is a good match, says Gene. Yep, some long rallies. Agreed. 49 minutes in.
Strong rallies. Good test for Djokovic, this.
A lot of guys can't hang with Novak. They'll 2-3 shots. But Etcheverry is really, he's keeping himself in these points. Not on that one, though. +1 inside in forehand up the line. Winner for world number 1. And he takes a 5-4 advantage into the changeover. 49 minutes in, and Novak 1 game away from a 1-set lead. Ben, should we run through some of the finals from today?
Finals?
We got Popperin over Felix Auger-Aliassime in 3 sets. That's the final. These are all finals. We have
results. You mean?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I remember there were some finals playing.
You're like, oh yeah, this is Covey. It's
So
round
who's in
2
the
here.
final?
Yeah.
Normally on Sundays, the final.
Final results is what I'm trying to say. So Popyrin over FAA in 3. We had local boy Yannick Sinner over Thanasi Kokkinakis in straights. Nori over Mueller in straight sets as well. Cerundolo over Wu Yibing in 3. We had Martin Fucovitz over Demonor. The Demon lost in straight sets. Shevchenko of Russia over Sebastian Baez in straights.
Lucky
Yeah, how about
loser,
that?
Shevchenko. Knocks
Will it
out
be another
Sebastian
lucky
Baez.
loser making it deep? We'll find out. And by the way, we feel really bad for Struff because he didn't even make it in because he couldn't play qualies because he couldn't make it in based on rankings. Dimitrov over Wawrinka in straights. Safiullin, as you mentioned, over Sebi Korda. Best of luck to Korda. Really want to see him get better after that wrist injury in, was it Australia? We had Laszlo Djere straight sets over Van de Zandschulp. We had Barrere over Hachanov in 3. Fanini over Kecmanovic in straights. And Garin, your boy, in 3 over Tommy Paul. So let's see here, folks. We have Novak returning. We got Etcheverry serving to stay in this match. How will the youngster handle the nerves? He's not that young, 23 years old, but formidable first set here so far. Can he push it beyond 4 games for Novak?
This is where the serve really becomes a factor. He's been so lethal with it the whole first set, and now he's missed his first serve, and he's going to have to go into a rally to try and win the point now, which is never favorable when you're playing Novak Djokovic. And there's the first error.
Backhand into the top of the tape, and it's love 15 here at Etcheverry.
Been here before.
Gary is asking, I'm taking a poll. I know it's weird, but I have a reason. Is Novak wearing red or orange? Good question. I'm going to say red.
Come on, Gary.
I was going to say, and I wonder if this is, I'm guessing, is this a spousal, a question between spouses? I'm wondering if maybe Gary sees it one way and his wife sees it another.
He's not blending in with the court. Come on.
Let's take a poll on why Gary wants to take a poll, folks.
I'm going to ask Gary this.
Yeah.
When you look at Novak, can you only see like his head and his like parts of his legs, like next to the court, or that's going to be my question to you, because if you
the camouflage effect, right?
That's it. I don't think it's that. The one that Holger Rune wears, I think that one is very clay court color.
Yeah, I think is that the same one that Tiafoe wears too, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they're very, very like a rusty bronze kind of, or orange in. For sure. More so than this definitely red to me. Oh, beautiful ripper up the line from Novak on the backhand wing. It was a beauty, literally landing on the line, and it sets up double set point for the world number 1, and a nice roar. I love it when you hear Novak roar. Big fist pump and a roar after that point.
Wow. Contrasting days, it would seem, for the two GOATs that are still on the tour. Obviously, we're seeing this right now from Djokovic hitting some incredible winners. Earlier on today, I was watching a video of Rafa just on a training court, just hands on his knees, and then a crowd of team around him, not looking very positive in any sense of the word. So,
I saw that as well. Right before going to bed, actually, I was kind of scrolling through Twitter. By the way, 1 set point saved, and a second one as well with 2 big serves. This one, Novak with the return, and it went off of the tape. Almost, actually, that was one of those where it looked like it could have gone off the tape and almost gone over. But alas, it didn't. And we are back to due. So good nerves here from Etcheverry, staving off a couple of set points. Nice first serve. Forehand return is good. Into the rally now. Backhand cross-court Novak. Backhand Etcheverry. Backhand Novak. And it's wide. Lands in the alley. And Etcheverry now from couple of breaks saved, he now has a game point for 5-all. Good job there. So we have red Gary, and then Renard saying we have orange, and then Gene saying, how is it orange?
It's not orange.
Now I'm not sure.
Not having it.
That's a great one.
Gary, you're putting a knife between the GTL.
The division here.
That's it.
Ooh. Backhand
rallying.
Cross court. Forehand ETCHEVERRY. Backhand Novak. Drop shot ETCHEVERRY. Novak will get there. ETCHEVERRY pushes it past. And he holds for 5-all. What
great decision making.
Phenomenal.
He not only drop shotted him, he followed the drop shot in as well. And you saw him as soon as he drop shot, he sprinted to the net and was right there for what Djokovic had to offer. And he was literally quick reaction, was able to volley it up the line, and brilliant play from. He had 2 set points against him, and he's held serve. That's massive for his mental.
Monstrous performance for sure in that last service game. 5-all here, 55 minutes in. So we're all 5s, coming up 5s here, folks. And now each player with a break. Actually, that was before.
Wow.
But
we are into
just to let people know, we have. Yeah.
Go
on. A beautiful drop shot off the half volley +1. So Novak with a beautiful out wide return, and it's serve, and the return is a short ball, which Novak meets, hitting a half volley drop shot. And now Novak what's he doing there? He grabbed his towel, and then he sort of bent down for a second. I don't know if he was gassed or if he was
surely not.
Yeah, I don't know. That was weird though. Anyways, we're back into it. Into the rally. Forehand from Novak. Backhand ETCHEVERRY. Backhand Nole. Backhand ETCHEVERRY. Cross court. And Nole backhand into the net. And it's 15-all. So now maybe Nole has a little bit of nerves. But you know what, Ben? It really looks to me like he's physically struggling. He's
I don't know.
Not like that. Crazy, but he just looks like he's a little bit winded.
Well, first match back on court since his defeat to Lajovic. It's going to take maybe a little bit of getting used to the actual match fitness.
I don't think he was expecting this type of phenomenal effort from ETCHEVERRY. By the way, drop shot from Nole. ETCHEVERRY makes it to the ball, but the ball goes into the net. So nice, another drop shot from Novak Djokovic, 30-15 now. Definitely looking a little bit like he doesn't look like he's, not going to be able to finish the point, but I don't think he was expecting ETCHEVERRY to be into so many of these longer rallies. Novak's winning most of them, but 16-4 or 14-6, I think was the last count that I saw. That's a lot of long rallies for someone who hasn't played too many matches lately.
Well, he probably is so used to, not to be rude, lower ranked players or opposition not being able to turn up in the business ends of sets, and then I think the big players get a lot of free points due to it, and that's just being honest. They obviously can't play their best tennis that they do at the beginning of the set, that you think like, oh my word, they're taking the game to Djokovic or to Nadal or to whoever it may be, one of the top players. They get to the end of the set and they crumble, and he hasn't really done it. ETCHEVERRY managed to hold those set points, and fair play to him, because many others would have failed there.
Yeah, no, absolutely right. I mean, I'd probably, if you were asking me to put money on whether he would have held that game, I probably would have gone against it.
Yeah.
Are you seeing that again? They're showing.
What's that?
I feel like Novak might be almost throwing up or something, or heaving.
Yeah, he was. I think he was throwing up in the corner behind the signs.
Or the time clock there. So he looks okay now. He's got a towel around his.
Yeah, I think he was.
I noticed that he was doing something that you don't normally see when
Well, he
someone's
held his stomach and it looked like he was like in a lot of pain, his stomach, and then he quickly went up behind the board and then looked like throwing up.
yeah,
So
he
not
I
good
saw some of
sign.
that earlier. I was watching the Tommy Paul versus Fritz match in Acapulco. It was a crazy semifinal where
Yeah,
I think both players threw up. Or no.
yeah.
Tommy Paul for the whole third set was cramping. It was like
Fritz
it
was
was
throwing up, for
crazy.
sure.
And Fritz threw up in the right before the tiebreaker. He literally threw up on court. It was just a crazy match.
Oh my god! I remember Ons Jabeur's one at Wimbledon as well, when she was at the back of the court just throwing up. It's mad, and then she went on to win. I think it's against Muguruza, if I'm right.
Kathy with the and Cedric with the emojis.
I
Good
know.
commentary there.
Yeah, Dominic
Jamie
saying
Drummer, Novak,
dodgy
par.
dodgy kebab. Well, maybe not in Italy. Maybe a dodgy pizza. I don't know.
Maybe some
Prosciutto.
spaghetti bolognese gone wrong.
Oh, come
All
on.
right,
Come on.
5,
That's not
6.
Italian.
No, I'm a vegetarian. I don't know. I just bolognese sounds.
I don't know. I don't know if bolognese is like a very traditional. They have a ragu over there, but I think the bolognese is more of like a foreign invention. But
fun fact: my father's name was Ragu.
Really?
Well, the full name is Raghu Nandan.
Oh, okay.
It was Raghu. So the spaghetti is Ragu, but Raghunandan. But everyone just called him Raghu. Yeah. So whenever I see the pasta sauce, I think of my pops.
Nice.
All right, Etcheverry.
Is that one of his favorites? That would be interesting.
Well, so yeah, my father was he loved cooking and stuff like that, feeding people. So definitely goes along with his vibe. And Etcheverry with a couple of pretty easy short points, 30 love here. Novak stretching out. Looks like he's doing a little lunge there, maybe trying to stretch out the hips, the hamstrings. So Novak's going to be in for a match here, folks. Etcheverry is not backing down one bit. Another great serve to the forehand. Nole with a return long triple game point, and that would be forcing a tie break here. So it looks like that's
pretty much playing out the exact way I said this first set. It's weird.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen very often, but I just had a feeling. I don't know what it was. I thought that this potentially was going to be a tie-break first set based upon that Etcheverry serve, and I'm still not convinced on who will win the first. I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't say 50-50 just because Novak is Novak, but I feel like if it wasn't Novak, I would say 50-50. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'd say probably 65-35 at the moment.
Yeah. See, I think it's even less. I think it's like 55-45 Novak. Because I don't know. Sorry?
Well, maybe you're right because it's first set. Maybe I'll give you that.
Yeah. And because of the way he's clutching his stomach a little bit. He's obviously having a little bit of issue. Oh, drop shot Nole off of a net cord. Etcheverry makes it. And he pushes it into the court. Nole tries to go with a lob over his head, but Etcheverry smashes that into the open court. And we are into a tie break, folks. Yes, the most exciting thing that you can have at the end of a tennis set. Okay, folks, let's get your predictions in. Let us know who you think is going to win and what the score is going to be. Get those in before the first 2 points, or else your guess is invalid.
And while you're doing that, make sure you hit the like button on the video. Up to 45 likes. Let's get that up to 100 as soon as we can. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Join the membership and the Patreon too.
Yes. All right, we're into it, folks. First point Forehand Etcheverry, forehand Nole. Ooh, into the net. So
Ooh.
first
What's
mini
your
break.
what's your
goes to
prediction?
Etcheverry. My prediction is, oh gosh, I'm going to go against my first prediction, which was Nole in straight sets. And I'm going to say Etcheverry is going to take it 8-6.
Okay, we got
Going for the
Manor
upset.
7-4, Etcheverry, Renard. I should probably give one. It's bad that I've not. That we got Jose Mourinho in the stands. Look at that.
Hey,
Great to see him there. Anyway, so I'm getting caught up on that. I think Etcheverry could take it, to be honest. I think it might be 7-5 Etcheverry. I'm gonna go with Caffey. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, or maybe I am.
yes.
Wow, what a serve. Ace from Etcheverry there.
We got Cedric saying 7-5 to the guy who was puking. 7-4
right.
Nole. Wedien. Welcome, Wedien, from Paris.
Ooh,
Emma Louise, one of our newest members, 7-3. Tomas Etcheverry.
7-3.
Who is up to love on off of that first mini break and hold. Folks, 50 likes before the end of the set. I know we can do it. Just 5 to go. All right. Ooh, ripper of a forehand there from Nole. Etcheverry brings that back. Now it's a slice from Etcheverry. Forehand inside out Nole. Backhand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole. Cross court. Forehand Etcheverry. And Nole up the line with the forehand. Backhand slice Etcheverry. Forehand up the inside in. And ooh, and then Nole had another chance at a forehand cross court. And it goes just wide. So Djokovic will now serve love 3 down a mini break. Good job, Etcheverry. Etcheverry keeps on doing what I'm worried that he won't be able to do. So he was up a mini break, and I was like, is he going to be able to hold both of them? And he just keeps coming through. Very impressive.
That won't do Djokovic any favors. He had a long rally. He's already feeling slightly fatigued, and he lost that long rally. And now he's 3-love down in the tiebreak.
Nole with a nice serve out wide. And his +1 is also inside out. The backhand from Etcheverry goes into the net. Nole is on the board here, 1-3 in the tiebreak.
Good inside.
Well, the good news from Nole, nothing in regards to the arm showing any signs of issue. That's a really, really good sign. The legs, something that he can work his way through by playing. Here we go. 1-3. First serve is good. Chop back return. Nole cross court. Great angle. And Etcheverry, he was about 10 feet wide of the tram lines, and the ball that he hit was also wide of the tram lines. And Nole holds on his 2 chances. Etcheverry still up a break at 3-2, serving one more before the changeover.
Let's get this up to 50 likes. We're on 46. Come on, 4 more likes. We're up to 50. Let's go, people.
We can do this. What do you got? 125 people in here? Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. Just 4 more likes, folks. Oh, 3. We just hit 47. Gosh, love watching the like count go up. All right, Etcheverry up 3-2. First serve is long. Emmanuel Michael, this situation is serious. Novak loses in the first round in Rome. Well, I wouldn't say that just yet, but definitely if he loses this first set, he's in some dire straits. Forehand Etcheverry, backhand Nole, forehand Etcheverry, and it's a long one. A little bit, I won't call that a shank, but it's like borderline shank. Anyways, 3-all, and we're back on serve after 6 points.
Tightened up there, didn't he?
Gary, not interested in tie breaks today. Gary normally loves the tie break, but not today. We have Jamie Drummer with a 12-10 Novak. So what was your score there, Ben? Mine was 8-6 Etcheverry?
I went 7-5 Etcheverry, but we're going to get proven wrong. Djokovic is going to come through now.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't mind seeing that.
Could definitely happen.
Now, let me ask you a question. Based on what you've seen so far, if Nole were to drop the first set, do you see him being able to come back?
Yeah, I still see him being able to come back. I feel like there's still levels, and there's still a dog in him that will fight. We saw against Van Ascher.
And I also think that if Etcheverry, for example, were to serve it out in the second set, for example, would have a chance to serve. That is when I think the real nerves, which didn't show up in the first set,
But yeah,
would kick in. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like,
all right, second serve is good. Forehand return from Nole. Now backhand Etcheverry up the line. Forehand Nole. Backhand Etcheverry. Cross court. Backhand cross court Nole. Forehand up the line from Etcheverry. And Nole also up the line. Another one up the line. And he makes his way on the approach. It's a lob. Nole with an overhead right up the middle. Now he's at the net. Drop shot Nole. Etcheverry makes it, and he pushes an up the line winner. Beautifully done. That was, again, not only the shot, but the decision making you alluded to earlier, that Etcheverry has been making some good decisions.
I feel that it's poor from Novak there, though. He had the opportunity to smash. He smashed it down the middle of the court to be safe, and he got punished. And he had to, he had a volley to then tee up a passing shot for Etcheverry.
The passing shot that Nole hit the volley on, that was a really nice shot from Etcheverry. It dipped really quick, so Nole had a lot of pace on it, so Nole just couldn't control it that well. And another mini break up for Etcheverry. Oh no, sorry, he served there. So we're back on serve.
We are on serve,
yeah. 3-4 here. Nole, second serve coming up. What a rally, says Minor. Oh, Minor's back. We'll get you your Chilich button after this tiebreak, Minor. Second serve is good. Backhand return cross court. Backhand Nole. Backhand Etcheverry. Backhand Nole. Now inside out. Forehand Etcheverry. Backhand cross court from Nole. Goes wide, landing in the alleyway. And now Etcheverry once again has a mini break.
Yeah, there you go. Kathy confirming, because Novak ain't great at overheads. He's got to go safe.
Yeah.
And
that one was also it was a pretty high overhead, and it was going to land around the service line, so it wasn't a shallow one, so it was even harder. Unforced errors now 21-12. Novak leading that stat. Not one stat you want to lead. Nice serve up the middle. Now we've got a rally going. Forehand cross court Nole. Forehand Etcheverry. Backhand Nole. Cross court. Backhand Etcheverry. Backhand Nole up the line. Forehand Etcheverry. And it lands just wide. Just a hair wide.
I think Etcheverry's missing a trick there. 5-3 up and has the opportunity he can just go to play attack. He played into the rallying game. He should have just gone really offensive, I feel, on that point. And just, if you lose, you lose. Like, you don't want to lose just by getting bullied around the court. There's no point. You got to pick the moments. And I feel like that was a moment for him.
Well, lucky for him, he's got a mini break, and he does have this set on his racket if he is able to hold on these two. 5-3 here. Sorry, 5-4 here.
We will see. First serve into the net, as I'm sure we would have both predicted.
Yeah, at this point for sure. And second serve is good. Now we got a forehand Nole up the line. Forehand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole. Beautiful. Forehand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole. Etcheverry all cross court here. Now up the line from Nole. Backhand cross court Etcheverry. Inside out from Nole. Backhand cross court Etcheverry up the line. Nole on the backhand. And the forehand Etcheverry into the net. Very reminiscent of those points that we were kind of talking about middle of the set, where Novak, you could tell when he was taking control of the rally, and he kept on forcing forcing errors, I should say. I was about to say forcing unforced errors. And we are back to level 5-all.
I feel that he does get the ball so deep, and that's just been the key to those long rallies and getting those additional points there. Etcheverry struggling to move side to side and play deep on the baseline. He's trying to stay inside the court, but it is 5-all. Still on serve. Great return from Novak. It's a loose one. He smashes that away. He's got set point, and it's on his racket.
There you go. And that's what the greats do. They find that one little millimeter of space, and they use that space to kick the door wide open. And now Novak, in a great position after being pretty much under pressure for the entire first set, has a chance here to serve it out. in the tiebreak. Set point number 3, as he had a couple at 5-6 when Etcheverry was serving. Here we go. The focus. Lots of bounces. First serve. It's a good one out wide. Backhand return. Forehand Nole. Backhand Etcheverry into the net. And Nole takes set number 1. After constantly being under pressure, he finds a way to poke his head over the finish line. And he takes the first set 1-love. 7-6. And he is up 1-love. How about a joker button? All right. So, we almost hit the goal, Ben. We have 49 likes, trying to get 50 before the end of the set. But I'm pretty sure we will be hitting 100 on this stream now, folks. That is the goal now. 100 likes on this stream. I know we can do it. And if we do, we've got a lovely 100 likes button that we will play for you. We got Cedric unhappy saying crapola. Manor also unhappy. Wedian is happy saying yeah. Now Ben, I was thinking maybe we'll go over some results on the women's side today. All matches.
Can we get Cilic out for Manor as we're at the end of the set?
Good call.
Manor's a bit upset right now.
Yeah.
So maybe we can cheer Manor up.
Yeah, good call. This is for you, Manor. Enjoy.
Feeling rich, ain't no snitch. Make you my bitch, Baron Cilic. Feeling rich, ain't no snitch. Make you my bitch, I'm Baron Cilic. I got the itch, put you in the ditch, you little bitch. I'm Baron Cilic. I got the itch, put you in the ditch, you little bitch. I'm Baron Cilic.
And then the aggressive Ben on that one. I was like, it actually, I didn't even realize until like the third time it went around. I was like, did he say little bitch?
Yeah.
Love it. Ben, we had a gluten-free set. Yes, no bakery items on this one, unlike Iga today, who went crazy. Speaking of Iga and what happened on the women's side, I'm going to run through some scores. We had Samsonova over Kontaveit in straights. We had Sakari over Strykova in straight sets. Grabner over Teichmann in 3. Mukova over Trevisan in 3 sets. Vekic over Sasnovich in 3. Swiatek double bagel over Pavlyuchenkova. Kostyuk over Liu in straight sets. Badosa over Jabeur. Ooh, that's a big result. But over Jabeur also in straight sets. Kalinskaya over Mertens in 3. Ostapenko over Sorana Krstea in 3. Krejcikova over Danka Kovinic after Kovinic retired after just 1 set. Camila Giorgi straight sets over Alexandrova. We had Kasatkina straight sets over Pigato, and Sorenko over Pera, also straight sets. 2 matches upcoming still today on the women's side. We have Vondrousova versus Canadian Bianca Andreescu, and we also have local lady Paolini versus Elena Rybakina. So those matches are both coming up. The Vondrousova is scheduled for about 15 minutes from now, and the other one is scheduled for 30 minutes from now. That would be Rybakina Paolini. So there we go. Ben has taken a little, I'm not sure where he went, but worry not, folks. Snail saying one of the best buttons, the Cilic buttons. Marin, thank you. You're very welcome. Cilic button. Gary with a sigh of relief. Yeah, Gary, I'm with you there because I was starting to think, if he loses the first set, he looks like he's still getting his lungs into it. But that was a huge effort from Nole and a great ending to that set, especially if you're a fan of his. You will be very excited to see him make it through. Ben, damn Ben, aggression seeping through. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Sad for Ons, says Wedian. Hey all, also from a Gold Flake. Welcome, Gold Flake. Manor taking a little break. BRB, you do your thing. We'll be here. Is it possible we could get these more ordinary guys to play more ordinary in the first round against the GOAT? Do they have no respect? You know what, Gary? The only thing that I think Nole would not like is if someone didn't give their best. Of course, I know you're being facetious. Goldflake says, Gary, everyone's saying hi to Goldflake. Covey, I remember Ben playing the Chilich button for the first time and JG's reaction and getting scared as he thought someone hacked his PC. That is hilarious. I did not know that. Ben, they're just telling me about how the first time you played the button and JG's reaction was one of being scared and he thought someone hacked your PC.
Something's always funny. I always like it when I've created a button and then it gets played on a stream for the first time when I'm not there. And then I get to go back or I see it, the live reactions to the buttons, which is fun.
By the way, was the Jan Leonard Struff button? Did you make that one just for the final match there?
Yeah, that's it, mate. I just did that one up. I'm not sure if it's one of the best ones that's been made, but it was still entertaining.
No, very like Germany techno for sure.
Oh,
Jan Leonard.
I wasn't at home, so I couldn't do any vocal on it. So I had to use a digital vocal. So I had to just take a German voice and Jan Leonard Struff.
Yeah, no, it totally works though with the button for sure.
Unfortunately, if I'm out and about and I have my laptop with me, I won't be recording vocals, but I would still make the tune and just throw on some. I think I did that during Wimbledon as well. There was I think Tommy Paul's button's a bit of an electronic one, like voice, that is. Get AI to do it for me. Jan Leonard Struff.
Kathy, on that day, I said he threw it together. I know my Ben, because I was like, oh, we got it looks like we do have a button, and then I was like, I'm not sure if he made it today or not, and Kathy was like, I bet he did.
Which one? The ETCHEVERRY one or the Struff one?
The Struff one.
Yeah. The ETCHEVERRY one is made. I just thought he has to have one. I mean, I prefer to have a little bit more time, but I was actually still working. This match commenced at the same minute that I finished work. So I was like, all right, I've got 5 minutes. I'll stop work and then I'll just quickly make a ETCHEVERRY button. Just quickly.
You did good.
It's all right. It's not up there with my favorites, but if you want to hear your favorite button, send us a super chat and we'll get that played for you. I like hearing some other buttons. There's so many out there.
So Ben was messaged me yesterday. He's like, yo, Covey, can you do the Sabalenka match? And I wasn't able to. I had some work to do. But she lost to Kenin. Yeah, my favorite button. And Kenin, I mean, I would have played that button at least 15 times. So that's what happens when you say no to a stream.
That's it, man. I thought I was sad. When I saw the result, I was like, oh, Covey's going to be devastated.
Yeah, I messaged Ben right away. I was like, because I just finished my appointment. I was like, hey, Ben, I just saw the score. Like, how did I miss that? All right, ETCHEVERRY serving first in set number 2. He's down a set, but we're tied at 30-all here in game number 1.
What do you reckon second set score line?
I'm gonna say Novak's I'm gonna say by a break. So I'm gonna say 6 for Nole. I think he's gonna.
I'm gonna go 6-3.
I think getting over that first set hump. Yeah, 6-3. I think getting over that first set hump is going to give him energy in his legs and just the confidence to kind of pull through here.
Well, you had the little restroom break, didn't he? So that's always good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like after being sick and all that type of thing on court, and surely he feels a bit fresher now. And of course he does. Look at that winner down the line. On cue.
Beautiful forehand strike from Nole right up the line. No chance for ETCHEVERRY. And we have a break point early in this first set. And it also looks like we have a tip from the lovely Kathy. King Kyrgios, it's been a while. One of the best in my opinion.
Cheers,
Thank
Kathy.
you very much, Kathy. We will 100% be hitting that button for you as soon as this game is over. Nice first serve up the middle. Desperation return. Now we're into a rally inside out from ETCHEVERRY, and it goes wide. And very quickly, just as Etcheverry did to him in the first set, Nole this time breaks in the first game of the second set. So I would normally be pressing the button for Nole here, but this one's for you, Kathy. Let me find it. Let me load it up. And for Kathy. Thanks for the wonderful tip.
When I step out on the court getting furious, all the people come to see me cause they're curious. You'll be eating up these aces, I'm victorious. Don't be questioning my mind, it's King Kyrgios. It's King Kyrgios. It's King Kyrgios. It's King Kyrgios.
Like
King Kyrgios. Yep. Unfortunately, haven't seen him at all this year, folks. Did a little bit of a tune-up with Novak Djokovic before the Australian Open, hurt himself, pulled out, and we have yet to see him play an ATP match this year.
Yeah, I think that one was missing the crown and everything. I must have uploaded one of the one before I added his crown.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to hit the break button. I got all curious up. I'm going to hit the break button retroactively.
When I step out.
So Nole has won 10 of the last 12 points. He is cruising along. He's up 30-love. Good serve up the middle, backhand return into the net. So that makes it 13 of the last 11 points, and it's 40-love Nole. And gosh, after such a great first set, now I'm even wondering if Etcheverry can even get beat worse than 6-4.
Kathy confirming her King Kyrgios is going to be a daddy, and that is one of her famous. Is it gecko? Is he a gecko? The Kyrgios? I think he's a gecko, but confirm the type of a reptile that King Kyrgios is. Oh, there you go, my gecko. There you go. See, I'm good. Remember Kathy's all of her reptiles that she's got going on. She's got a few other tennis named geckos there and other reptiles. What other reptiles have you got, Kathy? Is it just geckos, or there were a few others? I think.
I feel like there's a few. Yeah, I feel like there might be a few others. By the way, I did see one of my favorites in the house. Her name is Ems. Ems, welcome. She's saying hi to Gold Plate from Ireland. And after work over there, Ems is joining us. And we've got a nice little rally, backhand slice from Etcheverry. Now Nole makes his way in to the net.
Good play, Etcheverry.
And nice forehand from Etcheverry, forcing a half volley from Nole, which he dumps into the net. So Nole had a pretty easy looking game, was up 40-love. And they're actually showing a shot. It looks like Etcheverry hit a shot long in the rally.
Yeah.
But I guess they're just showing it. I guess no one did a challenge or anything.
No.
So Nole actually should have won that game, but they missed a call there. So 40-30, still game point here. Looking to consolidate off of his early break in game number 1. Nice serve. Now the +1 backhand. Nole makes his way to the net. And Etcheverry, oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Nole touched a volley cross court. Etcheverry looked like he had no chance on it. Pushed it up the line and barely missed it. I actually thought that hit the line, but it didn't, alas, in the end. And Nole holds for a consolidation. He is up 2-love.
And a big thanks also to Goldflake, who has sent an offline super chat as well.
Ooh.
Thank you very much for that one. We will get you added to the board, and you can have some player buttons. You can have a couple. I'll pop you on the board now. Just tell us which ones that you want.
Now, this is very interesting. Ghost is asking a question about reptiles. Do you help your geckos shed their skin? I saw a video online once. And then Kathy says, I did not know this. Kathy says, if humidity isn't correct range, sometimes babies need assistance. It gets stuck on toes and tail tips. How funny would that be? Like seeing a gecko with like his pajamas halfway off and not fully, you know what I mean? All right, Etcheverry, 15 love here. First serve. Was that? I don't know if that was a let or if that was long. I guess we'll find out here in a second.
It was Sinner. That's what I've seen now. Thank you. I've just seen it on there. Sorry, I had to log into the app to see it, but appreciate that, Goldflake. You are
Sinner,
one
but
of the GTL legendary members in there, Patreon members as well. So let me just add that on for you.
now this is showing my relative newness. I don't think I've met Goldflake before.
What?
Yeah, I think this is the first time I'm seeing Goldflake. Now, Goldflake, correct me if I'm wrong. Have you seen me on a stream before? I'm gonna go ahead and say, or at least maybe you have without commenting potentially.
No, but the thing is, Goldflake's a big Djokovic fan, and that's why if you haven't been covering the Djokovic matches, you may not have seen Goldflake. That's why.
I've only done a very small handful of his. Obviously, he hasn't been playing much, and I've only been around since November.
Yeah.
Oh, you have? Okay, there you go. Okay, great. My apologies if I didn't remember, but great to know you. There you go. But I work a lot and can't always comment. LMAO Cubby, before they shed their top layer of skin becomes unattached and baggy like pajamas. Then they make a tear and chew it off. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. So we have Etcheverry finds his way onto the scoreboard here in set number 2, but we have other business, and that business is the Sinner button, folks. Here we go. Enjoy the graphics as well. One of the best ones.
Yannick Sinner. Yannick Sinner.
There you are, Goldflake.
You can have a couple. You can have another one as well if you want. That's quite a short one. I'm a bit annoyed that the Yannick Sinner button is quite short. It was, I think it was Miami Masters final. Him and Hurkacz both had a dancing button for the final. That was that was a thing. But yeah, they're both around 17 seconds long. So if you want another button, you go for it. Let us know. You did send in enough for 2. So, and Ardil, you're the same, mate. So I haven't seen Ardil. He might have disappeared by now. But if you are still there, you can have another one too. Go for it.
Yeah, sweet. Let's go Runa.
Oh, is that one in there? It's normally loaded, but I haven't loaded everything in there. It gets a bit congested in that button section otherwise. If you keep logging all of them in there all at once, and then you end up scrolling for days.
I was gonna say, like looking through. Yeah. Hey, did you know that Nole has a birthday coming up in just 10 days?
Wow.
He'll be 36 years old on May 22nd. A lot of big name tennis players having their birthdays. We had Alcaraz and Sabalenka on May 5th. High end ones, I should say. Have the May. Maybe it's a good month to be born. Oh, Nole misses one of the easiest volleys on a tweener, a very softy tweener from Etcheverry. But good sign. I always like to see this. When a player misses an easy shot and they genuinely smile, you know that they're over it in that instant. They're not walking back to the line.
Great running down there.
About it.
Like he did well just to sprint back, show the effort that he's still wanting to win this match is Etcheverry, and he's not just giving up. So that was a real positive sign for him. And Djokovic just a poor volley into the net there. He knows it was bad. He laughed. That's just a sign. Come on, do better.
Second serve is good. Forehand return up the middle. Forehand Nole. Backhand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole. Backhand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole up the line. Forehand Etcheverry. Forehand Nole cross court. Cross court Etcheverry off the tape lands in. Cross court Nole. Etcheverry. Nole. Etcheverry. Forehand up the line. Nole. Backhand Etcheverry off the tape and lands on his side. Good job, Nole, dictating the point. 15 all.
Wow. Well, Ardil just confirming. Just another Nole button after he holds this game. That's enough. All right. Okay. Cool. No worries. That's simple.
Easy peasy. Etcheverry, he has this. There's some players to me they don't look as tall as they are. So when you just see Etcheverry standing there, like
Yeah.
without any reference, no one beside him, you're like, oh, that guy looks like he's maybe 5'11". But then you see him crossing over, and you see him taller than Novak. You're like, what?
Yeah,
He doesn't. Yeah,
big
like I
guy.
feel like I have the
I
same
like
build
his
as him.
face. He looks quite young. That's the thing. He
Yeah.
looks like a bit baby face. So
Like Hurkacz has the look of a tall individual, like he's got it on his face. I don't know what it is,
like
but
a bit
Hurkacz
squarer head, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. Maybe that's a bit rude. I don't know. Good. Big shout out to one of our members, Peter Zaremba. Big Djokovic fan base where he's coming from. Has the Djokovic t-shirt. We know. If you want to get yourself some Djokovic merch as well, head over to our merch store on Etsy. You can get yourself some Djokovic merch over there and some other bits and bobs as well. I put out some generic tennis merch as well. If anybody's interested, if you like a wine or a beer or a gin, then you may want our new series of merchandise, which is either beer poured tennis on, wine poured tennis on, or gin poured tennis on.
If you look above my head, you have a shirt from the Game to Love Tennis podcast. You can also get one of those.
That's it.
At the same link. What a beautiful drop shot from Nole. Literally just barely over the line, and then it landed, I think, on the sideline and died. No chance whatsoever. So Nole was under a bit of pressure, was down 15-30, but relieves a little bit of it. And beautiful serve up the tee, and it's a backhand lob desperation return. And then, overhead Nole to the forehand side. Etcheverry got a racket on it, but not back into play. So Djokovic was down 15-30, now has a game point. And looking to continue to lead with a break here.
Casper Ruud up a set against Arthur Rinderknecht. And we've only got 2 more women's matches coming up. We got Paulini versus Rybakina and Vondrousova versus Andreescu. That should be an interesting one.
Nole with this drop shot. This one wasn't that great. It bounced high, and Etcheverry was trying to do the right thing and just push it up the line. If he had got that, I think it would have been a winner, but couldn't make it over the high part of the net. Nole holds, and he is up 3-1.
Play that Nole button for Ardor.
Let's go.
It looks like he's playing well.
Yeah, he's employing the drop shot quite a bit now, is Nole. He does another one. Etcheverry, again, he has to push it upwards because it was such a good drop shot. And Nole was at the net to meet that response from Etcheverry, and he just pushes it easily into the open court. So, yeah, Nole is definitely starting to use that drop shot very offensively in the last, I'd say, half of this match. Nice serve, backhand return, cross court, forehand Etcheverry, forehand Nole, backhand Etcheverry, forehand Nole, cross court, forehand Etcheverry, forehand Nole, backhand Etcheverry, drop shot Nole. Etcheverry gets there, re-drop, sort of, and then Nole lobs it over his head, but the lob goes long. And it's 15-all. So good attempt there from Nole. That overhead lob looked slightly lazy to me. I feel like he could have maybe got there slightly earlier, put a more spin on it. It looks like he just kind of dinked it.
Did a little bit, didn't he?
Just a tiny bit. Not alarmingly, but yeah, just noticed that a bit.
Peter saying, gotta get some poured on. That's right. Whatever your choice of drink is. Pour it out and get the tennis on. Gary saying, am I too relaxed now? Maybe you are. I feel like I feel the same right now. 3-1. Djokovic sort of cruising. Looks like it could be a 6-3, that type of thing. But never say never. I mean, we're still seeing Etcheverry giving a good account of himself. So don't get too relaxed, Gary.
Yeah. I would say exactly what you said. Don't get too relaxed. Etcheverry is still in it, but I would feel comfortable still as a Nole fan.
Like Goldflake confirms, after the last few clays, no relaxation. That's it. Stay on the edge of your seat. Don't fall right back into the comfy sofa just yet, Gary.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to. It's Friday. You're probably thinking, God, packed up from work. Djokovic is cruising. I can just sit back. I can put my feet up. If anything, I get the lazy boy out. I get that. You've got your wife. She's brought you like a beer. You just sat there. You're enjoying it. She's like, do you want some nibbles while you watch Djokovic cruise through this win? And you're like, yeah, this is easy. Just tell her to put the nibbles on the side for the moment. Let's just wait to see if he can just get this done. You can eat after.
Ooh. Well, Etcheverry, a nice little display of serving there. A couple points, 3 points there to end this game off of his serve. And it is now 3-2 Nole at the changeover. He will serve up a break after the changeover. And Paolini has been, and Rebecca, I guess they're playing on this court. So they're not going to, I mentioned earlier that they're scheduled to start at 11:45, which was 7 minutes ago. Well, that's wrong, folks, because that match is not going to start until this one's over.
Covey.
The Vondrousova. Sorry?
I was going to say, well, Covey, there's only a couple of matches left on, but we need to take note of somebody who did finish their match whilst these two were playing and just coincides with the person I picked to win the tournament and the button that we're still yet to press. That's right. You guessed it. I like that button. That one's always a very popular one in the live chat. I want to know when we're getting Covey on a button. That's what I want to know.
I know. I gotta figure it out.
What sort of style of button are you going to give us some vocals for? That's what I want to know. Who's on there that you would love to drop down some?
Maybe I'll have to. Do we have a Shelton button?
We do have a Shelton button. Yeah. I don't mind. I'm not opposed to people having two buttons as well. This is the one thing that I may introduce at some point. Players might have an alternate button. Like they might have a Djokovic 1 and a Djokovic 2, let's say. Who knows? Like if they're in need of something a bit extra, there might be a boost button for Novak Djokovic, which is even better than the one that he's already got. Who knows? It's just one of those things. So you look at that, and Gary's just saying, it's like you know me. I know what's going on in Gary's household, mate. I know what's going on. He's got that lazy boy out already. I've told you.
No.
Don't relax too much.
Gary, I'm curious to know, and I don't know if we missed it, but what was the red versus orange debate about? Ooh. Who won that debate? Why was the question asked? I'm very curious about this.
I feel like Gary lost the debate because otherwise he would have kept on with the conversation.
Nole with a beautiful backhand strike up the line. 30 love now on his serve. Yeah.
That was a great backhand.
Nole's cruising. Yeah, beautiful backhand.
Yeah, Peter saying drama. Never know with Novak. This year so far, you don't. The only thing that we did know was the Australian Open. That was the the clear thing we all knew, I think.
Yeah. So what do you make of this lead into Roland Garros? I know you're partial to Novak on occasion. Do you feel confident as a Novak fan in his lead up, or does a lot of it?
This match has given me a bit more of a boost, I have to say. I feel that this tournament will, and I know that JG says it, whoever wins Rome, I get all carried away and then I pick them to win Roland Garros. But it is sort of the tournament which is there for a reason. It's the warm-up. It is the similar conditions. And you get to find out, really, who's in good form going into the tournament. And
yeah,
like the only thing, there's one equalizer to all of that stuff. And that's a fit Rafael Nadal. Unfortunately, he doesn't need to play, I don't think, any tournaments ever again on clay. And he could probably have 4 years off and he could come back and play Roland Garros and still probably win it. That is the problem for Novak Djokovic. He's that good at Roland Garros. It's scary. But if Djokovic goes in and he's playing well, I don't even think he would have to win this tournament. As long as he's playing well, even if he loses, he knows as soon as you go into a best-of-5 tournament, he's going to be the favorite in most matches.
Yeah, I think the most important thing, I also agree that, if, say, Novak doesn't win this tournament, that doesn't mean it disqualifies him from winning Roland Garros, not by any means. I think, the big thing is watching to see how his fitness is. And because if he can play 5 sets, then he's going to be the favorite against, I think, anyone.
But the one thing that is leaps and bounds above the last 2 tournaments that we've just watched from him is the way he's hitting the ball. The way he's hitting the ball today is brilliant. It's how I like to watch him. He's moving his opponent left, right. He's playing some short angles. Everything's hit with intent today. And even though he's not looked super convincing because Etcheverry served well, he's playing good tennis. And that's can't be denied.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially the depth of the ground strokes are very encouraging for Nole.
Yeah.
So Etcheverry now under some pressure. He was down love 30, but he takes that point. Now it's 15-30. So he's still down. Not down. Well, he's down and he's facing a little bit of pressure. This next point is a big one.
Here we go. Gary's in. He said, Covey, he's wearing orange. It's as orange could be. But some of you crazy people are calling it red, including JG, who mocked me a couple of weeks ago.
Interesting. Okay, now, now my favorite color is orange. So I feel like I feel like I'm a good authority on. Drop shot, Nole.
Brilliant.
Beauty. Double bounce before Etcheverry could get there, setting up a double break point. And folks, if Nole can win one of the next 2 points, he will be serving for the match. Now, so orange is my favorite color. There's just no way that what Nole is wearing is orange. It is red. It is as red can be.
Well,
I can see that his
Golf
shoes are slightly red.
I also feel it's red, Gary.
There you go.
I don't know if you're going to win this argument, Gary. I'm sorry. It's a red top.
Oh, my heavens. What a ripper. So as a second serve kicker, Nole walks around the backhand and absolutely pulverizes a forehand, lands about an inch from the baseline. Etcheverry, no chance. And it is a break. And it is a double break. And it is a chance now for the world number 1 to serve for the match right after the changeover, folks. I'm going to give Nole the button because that forehand was something I have not seen from him in a while.
Nole,
The Joker.
There he goes. Kathy just confirmed colorblind people do not recognize red. Gary, are you colorblind? This is the thing. Like, it might be an actual thing though, because it's definitely not orange. It is definitely red, and maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's just the eyes. Who knows? I don't think it's just like an opinion. I feel like you're seeing something. What color do you see the court as? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Because when you see, like right now, they just showed an overhead and it showed Nole above the court. And there's like it's a totally different color. The court is orange.
I mean,
all right. ETCHEVERRY forehand goes long off the rally ball. And Nole just 3 points away from round number 3.
We got Capricorn saying the Runa and Rude buttons are awesome. We haven't seen the Casper Ruud one. Casper Ruud 4-love up against Artur Rinderknecht in the second set. He's making short work of him. And if you want to hear that button, send us in $5. You can hear the Casper Ruud button. We'll play that for you. And Peter just saying, it's red, Gary. Adjust your set.
That's funny. Oh, gosh.
Gary, you're upsetting people now. What's going on?
Okay, we got a nice little rally going
now, doesn't he? It just looks very loose. He's just hitting it very smooth, and you can see there's a few people have got up and they're leaving now. They want to miss the rush. They don't want to miss. Well, maybe they're trying to get to the bar quickly before the next match. Who knows?
Triple match point, folks.
Match point.
And serve is good. Backhand on the +1. Backhand ETCHEVERRY into the net. And Nole takes it 7-6. 6-2. It was a tough first set, folks. It was a very tough first set. Nole pulls through and then cruises rather easily in the second set. Takes it double break 6-2, and a world number 1 with a big smile, arms raised, and the tennis world is once again happy to see one of its best players in the world in shape, getting ready for a major. Look at Ben here saying he is not worthy. We are not worthy. Not much worthiness going on today.
That's all I take from this performance today. Novak Djokovic showing it's not the same one from Banja Luka. That's a different Djokovic. This is the real Djokovic. He's in Rome. He loves it there. He's got 6 titles. He's the reigning champion. And this is going to be his preparation to get Grand Slam number 23. Woo! Overtake Rafael Nadal in the race to be the greatest of all time. We just hope that Rafa's there to be a part of the story and maybe try and even stop Novak Djokovic doing it and get it for himself. That is the one thing that everybody wants to see. I don't feel like it'll be as sweet without Rafa Nadal there for Djokovic fans. That's the thing. Everybody wants that. We want Djokovic there. We want Nadal there. We want them in the final against each other. That is the dream. And, well, hopefully after that performance, hopefully Rafa recovers a bit quicker, and then we get to see what everybody wants, Cubby.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really starting to doubt and wonder if Rafa will go there, or more so, will Rafa go to Roland Garros if he feels that he doesn't have a chance to win it all, right? There's a difference between, can I be competitive, maybe make it to a quarters, semi, but realistically probably not go to a final. But I think when you're at the level that these guys are at, it's really hard for them to go to a tournament where they don't believe they can win. But whoever's there, you got to play them. So let's hope we do have Rafa there. It would be amazing for them to face each other for the 60th time at Roland Garros.
That's
59 so far. And it's 30-29 for Novak right now. So it's like absolute. And we want Carlos too. Absolutely. That's another person who's going to be standing in the way potentially of a Rafa Novak final.
The main person. I mean, he's the favorite for the tournament at the moment as we speak.
Yeah.
I feel like it's is fair because he is probably the best player on tour at the moment. We'll see at the end of this tournament where he ends up. Does he get to another final? Does he win another tournament? Is it going to be Djokovic? Is it going to be Jannik Sinner? Is it going to be somebody else? We don't know. There's still some more twists and turns that can happen before Roland Garros is upon us. And I'm hoping one of those twists will be positive news from Rafael Nadal that he's training, he's not feeling pain, and he will compete. And we do get to see one of the biggest draws in Roland Garros history, because he is not going to be in the draw like a 1 and 2 seed. He's going to be in the mixer. Is Rafael Nadal as a slightly lower seed gonna ruin it for somebody? That's what's gonna happen.
Let's just hope that if Rafa plays, that he doesn't get into a situation where he's gonna face Novak in the quarters or something like that. That's the one thing. That's what happened last year, which was a really big bummer. They had that entire stack. They had Novak, Rafa, Zverev playing his best, Alcaraz. Who else? I mean, just those four alone on that half of the draw was crazy. So yeah, let's hope that we have a fully healthy Rafa. Let's hope that Novak plays his way into full form here in Rome. I really hope he makes it far here, at least the semis. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's almost Grand Slam season once again, Ben.
Well, yeah, we've got some stuff coming up. Hopefully, we know that JG's birthday is coming up. It's within the next 7 days, so it's within the next week. So this is why we may see slightly less of him. I know he's going on holiday for his birthday, so there might just have to put up with me and Covey for a week. But it could be worse, couldn't it, Covey?
Hopefully they don't mind. Yeah, exactly.
That's it, mate. We'll get you on a button while he's away. Don't worry. We'll get a Covey button out. Yeah, but it's all going to be good fun. Goldflake just saying, "Hey, the best player on tour going too far, Ben," for Carlos Alcaraz there. I feel it's hard to argue at the moment for this current period that we've been in over the past few weeks. He is the one who's probably the most exciting to watch. But after today's performance from Djokovic, I'm feeling a little bit more. I feel a bit more like secure in myself. You know, I felt like a little bit down in the dumps. I just watched him lose twice in 4 matches on clay. I was starting to think, is he getting too old? That was one of my things. I saw Rafa and I was like, oh no, it's not happening to him now as well. Today reassured me it's not happening. I mean, we saw him throw up on court, which I've not seen for like a while, but
there was the 1 point of vomit, but other than that, no. But I totally hear what you're saying. I think everything that we saw from Nole was encouraging. The fact that he had a little bit of struggle, the fact that he overcame it, the fact that he had a very, very difficult first set. As we both kind of mentioned, we both expected at 5-6 when ETCHEVERRY was serving that he would get broken there. So that was a very gutsy performance as well from the young Argentine. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say that was a great job, Nole, and I think that's a great sign of things to come. Let's hope that he continues to get into form as we round our way through this tournament.
Well, watching that match, it should be exciting because we've actually got a very competitive next match. It's one that I had in my bracket that I was going to really look forward to. Dimitrov is next for Novak Djokovic. He really tested Carlos Alcaraz in the last tournament. He broke. I think you were covering that one, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a straight sets win, but it was not an easy win.
Yeah,
kind of like pretty much like the first set in this one. I think the first set was similar in that way, and then Alcaraz ran away with it a little bit. Maybe not so easily as like Novak did in this second set, but yeah, Dimitrov did well. It's just in the really big points he got outshined pretty clearly. Also, Dimitrov faced Novak in Australia, and it was just a straight sets very easy, very routine win for Novak. And that was the match where Novak was still had hamstring issues. And after the match, that was the match where Goran Ivanisevic said, if I was Dimitrov's coach, I would have told him to drop shot a Novak 300 times in that match.
Yeah.
So I feel like he has the skills, but he doesn't put the tactics and skills into play at the right moment.
Isn't it?
Yeah. There's something he's just lacking there.
Well, I'm really excited for that match because I know what Dimitrov can bring on his best day. That's the thing. And the fact that he sort of did it against Alcaraz, who is one of the most mobile people on the court, and he was up 4-2 in that second set. That's what Dimitrov has. He has angles. He has great shot-making ability. Probably one of the best highlight reels on YouTube. If you go type in Dimitrov highlights, he has some of the best shots, I think, out of anybody on the tour. That
and really
he can still do it. Yeah, brilliant. Like caresses the ball. One of those things. So that's why I thought if Djokovic, this next match is tougher than the round after. I feel that he's got either Fucsovic or Norrie after that. I feel that they're easier than Grigor Dimitrov. I think Dimitrov proved time and time again that he can throw a spanner in the works of any top player in their run to like a big tournament title. Like Medvedev, he's beaten him on hard court, stuff like that. He just has that ability.
Yeah. I mean, Novak does have a pretty tough draw. This is one of the tougher draws. So we got, like you said, Dimitrov, and then most likely Norrie. After that, Runa, and then Sinner.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I think all of this is great for Novak because I think it would actually behoove him to play some 3-setters. So hopefully he has to play 3-setters just so he's forcing the aerobic parts of his, his lungs and stuff like that. Because I think that's the biggest thing that he needs. Because I'm never worried about Nole striking the ball. I know that he's going to find that. Whether he has it in the first set of the first match or not, he's going to find it by the end of the match. But it's the legs. So yeah, he's looking good. I think
just looking on here, and I'm just seeing just quite interesting matches that have just suddenly lined up that I wasn't really expecting, to be honest. We got Holger Rune versus Fabio Fognini, which originally I thought probably Holger Rune would destroy him. Right now, Fabio Fognini looking pretty impressive, and in front of an Italian crowd, Holger Rune likes to stir people up. That one looks like a cracker, I have to say.
You're right. I mean, I'm probably choosing Rune for that one because, as I mentioned before in the intro when we were chatting about Fognini, I always seem to get it wrong with him. Whenever I think, he's doing great, he's going to keep it going, and then he'll lose. And then when I think he's going to lose, he'll go far. But I do agree with you, especially on the potential fireworks, because Rune does have a way of getting under the skin of the crowd. And like you said, the hometown favorite, and Fognini is also a little prickly. So that could be a little popcorn match there.
I think that will be, I feel that Rune will really play up to that as well. The crowd are going to be so against him, and he's probably going to be doing the Djokovic here. Yeah. He's going to really be doing anything just to get under their skin. He's got the shots, and I feel that avoid his backhand. That's what I'd say to Fabio Fognini. Yeah. Avoid Holger Rune's backhand. Otherwise, you're going to get punished.
For sure.
Anyway, let's wrap this one up. It is, the end of a good Djokovic performance. Cheers to Covey. I'm sure you'll be back there. If there's any matches tomorrow that you fancy covering, let us know. And
will do.
Yeah, that's it. Wrap this one up and hit thanks for watching.
All right, folks. Thank you very much. Once again, I am Covey. This is Ben, and we thank you for watching this match. Stay tuned to all Game to Love Tennis podcast streams. We have everything coming up. We will be covering a whole bunch of matches for the rest of this tournament as we lead our way into Roland Garros. All right, folks. 12:15 here in Vancouver, 8:15 for Ben, and we are out.